For the second straight day, we have news of a COVID-19 outbreak at a nursing home in Colorado. 19 people have died at Cherry Creek Nursing Center off Hamden in Aurora. 11 of those are confirmed to be from COVID-19. We learned of these deaths a day after we told you about the outbreak at Centennial Healthcare Center in Greeley. The coronavirus has been devastating long-term care facilities in Colorado.
Dozens of people have died and dozens of facilities are now trying to contain their outbreaks. 9 News reporter Mark Salinger dives into these numbers.
Behind the walls of nursing homes across the state, COVID-19 is proving deadly.
It's almost a perfect storm.
Data obtained by 9 Wants to Know shows at least 47 people have died of COVID-19 at nursing facilities across the state as of April 5th. 8 more deaths are being investigated. At least 182 cases of the virus are suspected, with multiple cases reported at 59 care facilities across Colorado.
We're seeing a lot of individuals who have some sort of underlying medical condition or who are older who are passing away, unfortunately.
Ashley Richter is the Communicable Disease Epidemiology Manager for the Tri-County Health Department. 38 facilities in her area have confirmed cases. One of the largest outbreaks is at the Cherry Creek Nursing Center in Aurora, where 19 people have died recently. 11 of those people tested positive for COVID-19. The facility houses more than 159 people.
It's a huge concern for us. We're extremely worried.
In Denver, at least 17 people have died of COVID-19 at long-term care facilities as of yesterday. That made up nearly half of the 38 deaths in the county. In Jefferson County, 8 of the reported 25 deaths from COVID-19 are linked to nursing homes.
Someone has to physically bring the virus into the facility, whether that's a staff member or someone who's coming to visit their loved one in the facility.
Even as residents are told to stay home, for some, there's no escaping the virus.
Our outcomes may vary, but yeah, it's scary for everyone.
In Denver, I'm Mark Salinger, 9 News.
Nursing homes and care facilities across the state have implemented stricter protocols trying to stop the spread of the virus, like not allowing visitors and even separating residents during meals and activities.
The State Department of Health says there are now 59 outbreaks at residential and non-hospital care facilities right now. The last time this week, it was 27. As of Thursday afternoon, 250 people have died from COVID-19. More than 32,000 have been tested. About 6,500 of those tests came back positive.
A second worker at a meatpacking plant in Greeley has died of COVID-19, and now the union representing those workers is calling for the shutdown of the JBS plant. UFCW Local 7 says at least 40 JBS employees have tested positive for coronavirus. The union sent a letter to Governor Jared Polis asking to close the plant for 7 days. The union wants the workers to continue to get paid while the plant is closed for a deep clean. They're also asking for hazard pay and for personal protective equipment for those workers. The issue of the safety of the food supply and its workers is important enough that it has the White House's attention. Governor Polis says he spoke with Vice President Mike Pence about the outbreak at the JBS plant today.
My discussion with the Vice President just ensured that he was aware of the importance of the plant to our national food security, to our farmers and ranchers, and we talked about plans to be able to make sure that that can operate with additional support and safety steps that are being taken.
JBS says that it has obtained testing kits for all of its employees. The company says it's improved sanitation as well as social distancing for workers on the job. The union says that is too little, too late.
We're about 2 weeks into Colorado's stay-at-home order with several weeks left to go. And even if that order is lifted on April 26th, life will not just, automatically be the same. Ryan Hare explains how the new normal may look, also what it's going to take to get stadiums back packed and workplaces the same.
Worldwide, Google searches for the term, "When will things get back to normal?" skyrocketed 4,250% in the last 30 days. The short answer, if you define normal as the way things were, it's going to be a while. Governor Jared Polis talked about the future of social distancing today.
it is likely to be a part of our future until there is a vaccine.
So if Colorado does lift its order on time, a new normal begins.
It likely doesn't mean going to a 20,000 person concert at Pepsi Center, or going to a game at Coors Field, or necessarily even going to a crowded bar and dance club anytime soon.
He says it might mean barbers offering haircuts on a limited basis, retail businesses may open for a few customers at a time, restaurants may open with fewer tables. China loosened restrictions last weekend, and despite warnings, there were crowds, which could lead to another outbreak. Nine health expert Dr. Payal Kohli says moving too fast without a vaccine will threaten lives. She says we need a 3 T's approach. First T, testing, to know who has it and may be immune and know who is at risk.
And in the absence of widespread testing, we will get a second wave from this infection.
The second T is tracing. In China, a mandatory smartphone app tells the government where someone may have come in contact with an infected person. This method proved extremely effective early on in South Korea. Obviously, it has many barriers in a democracy like the United States.
But in the time of a pandemic and when we have human lives at stake, I think that's an important sacrifice to make.
And the third T, treatment. We need a vaccine. It's an estimated year away. And until then, we have to make the most of what we've got in our new normal.
What's realistic is we're able to get back to work and earn a living, and that we're able to at least enjoy the Colorado we love a bit more.
In Denver, Ryan Harrer, 9 News.
I really hope that we don't have to use this facility at all.
They hope they don't have to use it. They at least hope they don't have to fill it. Yet Governor Polis said today they need to be prepared either way. So the work to turn the Colorado Convention Center into a field hospital continues. Plan is to have it ready by April 18th, a place for people who no longer need intensive care but still need medical care. The Army Corps of Engineers is doing the work in Denver. They're setting up a similar facility at the Ranch Complex in Loveland.
It's important that as we share updates on COVID-19 that we also mention the recoveries. The state isn't reporting how many people have recovered, but we are hearing amazing stories like Inez Santa Cruz's.
When she got to university, they told us, I guess, she was very critical because of the pneumonia.
Santa Cruz is 55 years old. She is a mother and a grandmother. Her family feared that she wouldn't survive, but last night she went home. She spent 16 days in the hospital fighting the virus and 10 days on a ventilator. Her family couldn't visit her, but they called her every day.
We would talk to her so she can hear us while she was on the ventilator. We think that helped her. It kind of gave her a comfort that we were there. Yes, we've been praying for this. This is what we've been praying for.
Santa Cruz returned home yesterday. She says she is so happy to be back with her kids.
A COVID-19 map set up by Johns Hopkins University shows more than 18,500 people have died across the U.S. That same map is counting confirmed cases and has them near 500,000 right now, 496,000. This morning, New York's police commissioner said 2 more members of the NYPD passed away this week, bringing the department's total number of coronavirus deaths to 17. More than 2,000 uniformed members of the force have tested positive.
A business owner in northern Colorado is now facing charges for refusing to shut down his shops. So this is Larimer County deputies. They arrested this guy, Jonah Rick. He owns One Love. It's a smoke shop in Loveland and Fort Collins. The sheriff's office says One Love isn't an essential business and that Rick wasn't following orders. The orders to close. He's facing charges for unlawful acts, obstructing government operations, and also resisting arrest.